the information, and the entertainment that Michigan needs. Bring your talents and creativity to the broadcasting industry. Be there. Go to BeThereMichigan.com to get started.
The Upper Peninsula's new CBS station, WZMQ 19.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, an American Airlines plane collides with a Black Hawk helicopter at the Reagan-Washington National Airport. Plus, leaders are chosen for the Michigan House committees. We'll hear where representatives from the Upper Peninsula have landed. And we have the details on a new business started by teenagers in Escanaba. We'll tell you what they're offering the community. Your 19 News at 6 starts now.
Live from the UP. News at 6.
For Marquette tonight, you can see temperatures slowly dropping here. Not too bad, though, with some partly cloudy skies. Clouds will increase a bit later on tonight. And finally, the winds are dying down a bit as well. Elsewhere, we're looking at, again, a fairly tranquil night. Not much happening with temperatures falling again into the middle to upper 20s. Forecast into the weekend. It's coming up later in the show. Kevin?
Tom, thank you. And starting off with the D.C. plane crash, an American Airlines regional jet collided mid-air with the U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter last night near Reagan-Washington National Airport. According to American Airlines, there were 60 passengers aboard the plane when it collided with that helicopter, which had 3 military members inside. One official says there were no senior officials on the helicopter. Inflatable rescue boats have launched into the Potomac River from a point near the airport along the George Washington Parkway just north of the airport. We'll have more details live from the airport later in the show. To wrap up the first month of Michigan's new legislature, representatives have been assigned to their committees to begin addressing new legislation. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy has more from the Speaker of the House on this morning's announcements.
Michigan's Speaker of the House has announced representatives' assignments for this term's standing committees. The leadership will guide the specialized bodies in reviewing legislation for the next 2 years.
I think there are a lot of great assignments on here.
66 bills have been introduced to the legislature in the first month that can't see a vote until committees are formed. Members are usually selected based on their backgrounds, and when a bill is introduced, it's referred to a specific committee depending on its focus.
We don't just need an economically competitive Lower Peninsula. We need an economically competitive Upper Peninsula, too.
This term, the Upper Peninsula's Republican representatives have been appointed to leadership roles in a number of committees. Representative Dave Preston is now the Vice Chair of Energy, and Representative Carl Bonak is the Vice Chair of Economic Competitiveness. Representative Greg Markkinen will be a part of the Appropriations Team, the committee that allocates state funding and creates the budget.
To have an Upper Peninsula legislator who can make sure that those community colleges and universities in the Upper Peninsula have a seat at the table in Lansing, it'll make a big difference.
On Appropriations subcommittees, Markkinen is Chair of Higher Education and Community College and Vice Chair of Corrections and Judiciary.
You need a Carl Bonak working on economic competitiveness. You need a Greg Markkinen working on higher education and community colleges, and I hope that those two will make a big difference in the Upper Peninsula for many years.
Now that the lawmakers have their assignments, they can begin hearing testimony for new legislation and work on the state budget for 2026. From Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
The full list of committee assignments is up on our website and mobile news app. 2 teenage sisters are putting their entrepreneurial spirits to work at a new Escanaba business. 19-year-old Emma and 16-year-old Macy started Gladstone Savers in their mom's basement last April. They purchase pallets of unsold merchandise from businesses like Amazon and Target and sell them with 50 to 70% markdowns. They opened a storefront on Danforth Road in December, and with one sister still in high school, they say it's been great preparation for the future and a way to become closer as a family.
To have money so we can grow and go to colleges and just be able to do things with our lives.
We were all kind of here and there. Nobody was home at the same time. And then we started this and we all kind of worked together.
It's nice to come here and talk to each other and be able to work together as a business.
Our Escanaba reporter Lily Simmons will have more on Gladstone Savers coming up tonight at 11:10 Central. We have your first warning weather forecast coming up after the break. Plus, WZMQ Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp gives us more details on that plane-helicopter collision. And later in sports, Mike tells us about the matchup between the Michigan Tech men's basketball team and Davenport taking place tonight. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
John's Auto has been voted the #1 dealer to buy premium vehicle for longer than I've been alive. If you're looking for a vehicle, or if you're looking for someone to help with your current car, or if you need to get yours looking like new again, come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
If it's great TV, it must be CBS Thursday.
We're going to find that out right now.
Brace for impact.
Oh. You're really wonderful, Georgie Cooper.
I am what you call a catch. Very weird territory here.
Yeah.
High fives all around.
Dynamite sometimes comes in small packages.
They're not gonna know what hit them.
CBS Thursday. New episodes premiere tonight and streaming on Paramount Plus.
January is custom month at Richardson Jewelers, downtown Marquette. Whether we're starting from scratch or recreating a new piece from some old or sentimental jewelry, we'll help you create your own one-of-a-kind perfect design. In January, we'll waive our $395 design fee. You imagine it, we'll create it. Custom month at Richardson Jewelers, downtown Marquette.
Richardson Jewelers. Is your parents' car sounding funny? Do you hear any clunks, rattles, squeaks, or leaks? Tell them to call John's Auto Service Department for fast, friendly, and affordable service. Come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Shunk Furniture.
It's Shunk's big winter sale. It's that time of year when you spend more time on your sofa, more time on your recliner, and more time in bed. During Shunk's big winter sale, you'll save on the furniture you need. There's big discounts on all Flex Steel furniture, like this leather Flex Steel Power Reclining Groups, 55% off. And there's big savings on Lazy Boy recliners, over 35 different models to choose from, and they're all on sale. They start at just $449. Shop Shunk's big winter sale at both locations for big discounts. Shop Shunk's in Marquette today.
Now, WZMQ TV19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Tom DeVecchio.
As we plan for the weekend, let's take a quick look at what's expected here in the Marquette region, the Upper Peninsula, and overall, surprise, surprise, cold conditions here as we round out the month of January. A little bit of snow, a little bit tomorrow, and a hit on Saturday. Sunday, Groundhog Day, we are looking at wet flakes and milder conditions, and we'll see if old Phil sees a shadow, but we'll be mild, at least by Marquette standards here during the day on Sunday. Only to go back down again early next week. So we have a northerly flow here going into Friday morning. A fairly dry flow, but enough moisture coming off of Lake Superior to set off some lake effect snow bands here. That northerly flow continues into Friday evening, while again you can see just these patches here of lake effect snow showers developing here and there. Typically with the northerly flow, we don't get a lot of snow. When you add the fact that the air is still fairly dry, we just don't see a lot here going on through the day on Friday and into the evening hours, and light accumulations are possible. As we head toward Saturday, Friday night we saw a little bit more lake effect there, but by Saturday, as the winds shift a little bit, we'll see the lake effect start to diminish. So snow through the end of the day Friday, not much here. We're looking at generally less than an inch. Most of you, maybe about a ½ inch. Lawns, you might get an inch, and some spots, again, may get a little bit more, but for the most part, we don't see much. As we head for later Saturday into Sunday, we find the numbers start to go up a bit here for the weekend here, with maybe up to 2 to 4 on the western parts of the Upper Peninsula. Marquette, we may get a couple of inches of snow. Sunday will be more of a wetter snow that will probably, hopefully, melt as it hits the pavement there, so hopefully it won't affect your driving too much if you're out on Sunday with that wet snow. Tonight, though, looking pretty tranquil. We'll have partly to mostly cloudy skies overall, as temperatures will be dropping into the middle to upper 20s for most of you, a little cooler along the Wisconsin border. And for tomorrow, we'll have temperatures, these are morning highs. They'll tend to drop during the afternoon with some limited lake effect snow bands. You saw the snow amounts up to an inch in some spots. After that, Saturday looking cold, again some light snow, and into Sunday wetter snow as a front goes by. So looking at 1 to 3 in the grand scheme of things for the weekend as we top out the last day of January on the mild note, but February plunging right back into the chill. Looks like it's going to last for most of the week. Temperatures mainly in the lower 20s, but not a lot in the way of precipitation.
Tom, thank you. And we have new details now. Nearly 70 people are presumed dead after a plane and military helicopter crashed mid-air last night close to Ronald Reagan National Airport near Washington, D.C. Our correspondent, Rachel Knapp, is live on the scene and has been monitoring this developing story. Rachel, what's the latest?
Well, good evening, Kevin. So right behind me is DCA Airport. And then, of course, the Potomac River also right behind me. I don't know if you can kind of see this, might be a little bit hard to see, but in the far distance, there have been some lights going on all day. Those were some of the rescue and recovery boats. Again, this is now moved from a rescue mission to a recovery mission. About 70 people involved in total. The last numbers that we heard, about 30 bodies so far have been recovered. Now, today, the NTSB has said that they can't quite determine what caused the crash, and they're not going to speculate. But President Trump spoke with some reporters earlier today, saying that he has strong opinions about what happened, kind of taking, saying, for example, that the military helicopter should have maneuvered differently, and then also blaming some DEI initiatives. Now, I want to show you some video, but before we do that, I want to warn you it could be disturbing. Now, this video is from overlooking the Potomac, as you might see some lights in the background and then a burst of light. We expect that to be the impact between the Black Hawk helicopter and that plane operated by American Airlines. And the president began by saying that the nation is in mourning from the loss of life in this incident. He initially said he does not know what led up to the crash, but has, quote, again, strong opinions, end quote, about what happened. He went on for a bit about blaming the Army Black Hawk helicopter pilot, questioning why they couldn't increase or decrease altitude or turn to avoid the collision. Then he digged into former administrations under President Barack Obama and Joe Biden, claiming they created diversity goals for hiring that led to a lack of quality of air traffic controllers. Take a listen.
I do want to point out that various articles that appeared prior to my entering office, and here's one. The FAA's diversity push includes focus on hiring people with severe intellectual and psychiatric disabilities. That is amazing. And then it says FAA says people with severe disabilities are most underrepresented segment of the workforce, and they want them in, and they want them, they can be air traffic controllers. I don't think so.
Now, Kevin, when the president was pressed on how he came to that conclusion that diversity is the reason for this crash, he said it's because he has common sense. Now, coming up later at 11 p.m., I'll share the latest on this developing story. Kevin, back to you.
Rachel, thank you very much. Coming up next on your 19 News, we're talking with Visit Keweenaw about their snow totals, including the Winter Carnival and the Jibba Jabba coming up. That conversation is in 2 minutes.
Chips or cracks, we've got your back. Brian's Auto Glass.
Introducing Brian's Auto Glass, now in Nagani. Your trusted experts in auto glass repair and replacement. When it comes to your vehicle's glass, trust the experts at Brian's Auto Glass. Our highly trained technicians handle everything from window replacements to fixing those annoying chips. At Brian's Auto Glass, we're committed to quality and precision, ensuring your safety on the road. Visit us today at our new location at 6 Industrial Drive in Nagani, or call us at 906-233-4527.
When migraine strikes, do you question the trade-offs of treating? Ubrelvy is another option. It works fast, and most have migraine pain relief within 2 hours. You can treat it anytime, anywhere. Tell your doctor all medicines you take. Don't take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Get help right away for allergic reactions like trouble breathing or face, tongue, or throat swelling, which may occur hours to days after use. Common side effects include nausea and sleepiness. Migraine pain relief starts with you. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Ubrelvy.
What happens when we follow the human side of the headline?
I was in tears.
Life is a little bit different now.
It's gonna take a while to get used to. And I said to myself that I can't make this about me.
You get the all-new CBS Evening News.
Something draws us to Northern Michigan University, like a beacon, an experience. And so we head north. We immerse ourselves in the perfect environment to test our minds and try our hands. Guided by this community of scholars, mentors, and friends who show up for us in every way, we stay true. Because at NMU, where we are and who we are have always been one and the same, always north.
She's inquisitive.
What led to this young lady finding you in this compromising situation?
And firm.
The only thing that matters in this particular courtroom, sir, is how I see it.
Watch Equal Justice with Judge Ebony K. Williams.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS. You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. It's time to check in with Visit Keweenaw. Joining us is, of course, events coordinator Jesse Wiederhold. Jesse, always good to see you.
Thanks, Kevin. Great to be here.
All right. So first, I'm just curious, how's the snow looking over there?
Yeah, we've got a lot of snow this winter. In fact, we're inching in on last year's total for the whole season, just in January. A pretty low total last year, right around 160 inches, and we are blazing past it, back on that regular cadence. So it's looking good for our winter events, and we're happy about it.
Right. That was my next question, is just the amount of snow you're getting. How does that affect what you guys put on?
Right. Well, it makes us feel a lot more optimistic when you have these events like Winter Carnival at Michigan Tech, right? Last year, years before, that snow was just kind of in jeopardy, right? Last year, we were kind of wondering if folks will be able to put on a show. Engineers, right, in engineering school, we made it happen. Students were able to pull off sculptures last year, but with these conditions, this is going to be a winter carnival for the books, right? It's going to have the typical snow all over the ground. The towns are going to be covered, and there's going to be no problem scraping up that white, beautiful, bright snow. We're going to have those iconic sculptures. Students, the fraternities, right, and sororities have been building their month-long statues. Those are the ones that everyone wants to see. That's where you go around town, stop by all the frat houses, go down College Avenue in Houghton and see all the statues on campus too.
What are some of the cooler statues that you've seen?
Right. So this year's the Dragons, Knights, and Legendary Sites. I have seen some really cool dragons in the past, so I'm really hoping to see that. I love to see the big animal creations. You see castles, boats, and all sorts of just gargantuan sculptures brought to life, right? And this is happening February 5th through the 8th this year. So coming up right next week, you'll be able to come to Houghton and view them. With the cold temperatures, we're thinking these statues will be around for a while too. So another added benefit to this great cold weather, you can come the week after and the statues still be there.
All right, excellent. I know we got other things planned. You just were telling me that besides the summer, this is your busiest time of the year. So I know you got other stuff planned as well. What can you tell us?
Yeah, that's right. So in the Keweenaw, we keep it rolling all through winter. We just wrapped up Haken-Paiva over the weekend. That's midwinter, but the schedule is still going strong. We're going to have Winter Carnival taking place the 5th through the 8th. Flash forward 2 weeks, you're going to have Jibba Jabba, Houghton's big pro snowboard event. This year, the stakes are really high. We've got a lot more riders coming, 35 this year. Folks will line the streets for Jibba Jabba down Huron Street in Houghton. You can see it's a lively time, right? These are all professional riders who are coming from across the nation to compete for a cash purse. It is not your typical rail jam. These course features are very large, and you are right up on the action. This is one of our really pride and joy events, Jibba Jabba, happening Saturday, February 15th this year. So it's a really good Valentine's Day weekend. Our cliche line, love is in the air and so are the snowboards.
Sure, yeah, I would say so. We were just playing some video actually of that you had sent us of those snowboarders, and they look pretty legit. They look like they know what they're doing over there.
Right. This is the place to do it, right? We have Mont Ripley ski area across the canal. You have Mount Bohemia Ski Resort up in Lac La Belle. Houghton is known as a powder sports, snow sports mecca, especially in the Midwest. A lot of comparable places to go, and we've got that snow product this year. And again, that's really going to help us.
All right, excellent. Jesse, anything else coming up that we need to know about? You always have something good.
Of course, all right, all eyes on the snow and how it's building out. It's going to be great for the Copper Dog. That's taking place February 28th this year through the beginning of March. That big race start in Calumet, moving up north. The energy is happening this year. They have that big race start. Folks will line the streets similar to Jibba Jabba, but they'll be launching dog sled teams. It's very exciting. Hear the dogs barking, watch the sunset down 5th Street in Calumet. The community street party takes place, so we're just encouraging folks to keep it outside through these last winter months here. The snow is going strong. We have more snow than last year. These trails are in great shape, right? We're not worrying about our dog sled races. We're looking forward to them.
Yeah, make sure you send some of that snow our way so we can have our UP 200 this year, Jesse.
Right. We're holding out. But he's going to get it.
All right, Jesse. Thanks so much. Always appreciate having you on.
Of course. Thanks, Kevin.
Still to come, Northern Michigan University's hockey team is set to debut their new uniforms. And later, we'll hear from the coach of their swim team on how they're preparing to take on Wisconsin Green Bay this weekend. We'll be right back after this.
I'm Maddie. People assume I'm a harmless old lady.
Morning, y'all.
Anybody want a muffin?
Could I have some apple juice?
It's my blood sugar.
I'll be right back.
What else is going on?
Nothing.
So I can tell by your body language, that's a lie.
What lie? I know we can win this. Best to listen to her in these moments.
Matlock returns CBS tonight, 9/8 Central, part of CBS Winter Premieres.
The wait is over. England Furniture's quick shipping is back at Kirkish Furniture. Choose your style and fabric and receive your furniture in as little as 30 days. Browse our in-stock selection or let our staff help you customize the perfect sofa or chair. Plus, 1 year free financing and free delivery.
Attention families with a loved one in a nursing home. If your loved one has suffered from bed sores, falls, broken bones, dehydration, or even death, you may be entitled to a substantial settlement. If you have a loved one who is injured in a nursing home, we will find out what happened. State violations are found against nursing homes every day. You have a limited time to file your claim, so don't wait. Call 800-261-0666 and speak with one of our attorneys. The call is confidential and free.
Home for CBS is WZMQ 19.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by the Window Store.
Give your home a fresh new look with our energy-efficient windows and stylish doors. And here's a deal you won't want to miss. For a limited time, when you buy 3 windows or doors, you'll get 1 free. That's right, buy 3, get 1 free. Don't wait. This offer ends February 28th. Call today and start transforming your home with the Window Store. Quality windows, doors, and unbeatable savings. Only at the Window Store.
Good evening, everyone. The Michigan Tech men's basketball team is in a 3-way tie for first place in the Great Lakes Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, with Lake Superior State and Ferris State all having 8-2 records. Davenport is tied for last place in the standings with a 1-9 mark, but that one win was over Michigan Tech 73-71 on January 4th. The Huskies host Davenport tonight. Tech head coach Josh Bittner says the Panthers are better than their league record indicates.
They're right there with everybody. I mean, they could have beat Parkside, they could have beat Grand Valley, they could have beat Ferris. I mean, they're a really good defensive team that's really going to ugly it up. We're proving that we're good enough to win any of the 10 games we have left in the regular season, but we can also lose any of the 10. The teams we got at home are really good, and the places we're going are tough places to win. We were in serious foul trouble there, but I think we found a couple other bigger bodies that we're starting to get some confidence in with Peyton, and I mean, Luke's been practicing well. I think Grant's still coming along.
Tip-off is set for 7:30 or a few minutes after the women's contest. NMU is entertaining Grand Valley State. The NMU men are in a three-way tie for 4th place. The Grand Valley State women are number 1 in the country in Division II. Lake Superior State also is home with Ferris State. We'll let you know how these games went on your WZMQ 19 News at 11 o'clock. In case you have not heard, the NMU hockey team will host Bowling Green this weekend. On Saturday, the Wildcats will wear special sweaters for the contest against the Falcons. Green and gold plaid with one shoulder having an Upper Peninsula map and the other shoulder having a Wildcat logo. Face-off tomorrow night is 7:07 p.m. Saturday's game begins at 6:07 p.m. Michigan Tech is idle this weekend before hosting Bemidji State for Winter Carnival next weekend. Lake Superior State visits 19th-ranked Augustana this weekend. The NMU swimming and diving teams hit the road Saturday, visiting Wisconsin Green Bay. The Wildcats swept Wisconsin Stevens Point just about 2 weeks ago, with the women defeating the Pointers 186-87, and the men took care of UWSP 161-106. NMU head coach Heidi Voigt says her teams have reached the point of the season where the little things matter, and the Phoenix teams have improved.
Extra streamline, that's that better breakout, those divers, it's that extra clean entry. I mean, it's all about those little details, because when it comes to conference, and especially NCAAs, like, you can get 100th could mean you're an NCAA qualifier or you're first out. So every little thing counts. So they finally got to come up to us last year and decided to go back there. They're getting stronger and stronger as a program. I know our men and women won both meets last year. So, but they look even better this year. I still think that predicting that we'll come out with some W's, but you know, they're breathing down our neck, so it's not going to be as easy as maybe it has in the past. It's so hard.
The action Saturday at the Peter F. Dorschel Natatorium in Green Bay begins at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. Wildcat diver Kalina Saglinski earned GLIAC Diver of the Week honors last week. Plenty of high school basketball action this evening, mostly on the girls' side. The Battle of Baraga County will have round 2 as Baraga visits Lance. The Lance girls won the first matchup 68-50 back in mid-December. That game is underway right now at 6 o'clock, with the boys' contest following around 7:30. The Baraga boys won the first encounter 64-57. Kevin, back to you.
Mike, thanks very much. Tom DeVecchio has your final look at weather when we come back, and Ishpeming Middle School is getting ready to put on their first theatrical production. We'll be right back.
Some places talk about being local, but we actually are local. Our family started Superior Collision 18 years ago, and we're still the ones who own and operate it today. No big company name, no outside investors. We are all Marquette, and we're going to stay that way. We are part of this community, and we are proud of the work we do. You can choose to go to a corporate body shop, or you can stay local and go to Superior Collision, Marquette's local hometown body shop.
Have you heard? Affordable healthcare is better than ever. And right now there are more carriers and plans to choose from. If you're between 18 and 64 years old with a household income of $25,000 or less, this message is for you. Right now, the government's Affordable Care Act is available for individual and family health coverage plans with little to no cost to you. Don't gamble your health. Call Health Care for All. 70% of callers qualify for a zero-cost healthcare coverage. See if you are one of them. Call now. Our agents are standing by to help you get the health insurance plan you and your family needs and deserves. If you're uninsured or struggling to afford your current health insurance, help is just a phone call away. This is not Medicaid or Medicare. This is the marketplace with the largest selection of healthcare plans from the Affordable Care Act. To find a plan that's right for you, call 800-626-9042. That's 800-626-9042.
January is custom month at Richardson Jewelers, downtown Marquette. Whether we're starting from scratch or recreating a new piece from some old or sentimental jewelry, we'll help you create your own one-of-a-kind perfect design. In January, we'll waive our $395 design fee. You imagine it, we'll create it. Custom month at Richardson Jewelers, downtown Marquette.
Richardson Jewelers.
Fairly tranquil conditions for tonight across the UP here, as temperatures will be dropping into the middle to upper 20s, a little cooler here along the Wisconsin border. Snow showers, limited lake effect tomorrow, and you can see most of you getting less than an inch from that light northerly flow. And we'll have a little bit of snow for the weekend, drier snow Saturday, wetter snow on Groundhog Day as temperatures warm up into the upper 30s, looking at 1 to 3 for the weekend. And then the cold conditions come back for much of next week. Kevin, back to you.
Tom, thank you once again. Ishpeming Middle School is getting ready to open their very first theater production. Next weekend on February 7th and 8th, the middle school will open James and the Giant Peach Jr. in the W.C. Peterson Auditorium. The cast of 50 students have been rehearsing the musical since November. The show's director says many of the students have never done theater before, and it's been exciting to watch them grow as a cast.
We have about 5 students who have actually had experience out of 50. So a lot of little things like teaching them about theater etiquette and just how theater works in general, how an entire rehearsal process. So they've all been learning together, and that's been a really enjoyable thing to watch and see them come together.
The showings will be at 7 p.m. on both nights, with an additional 1 p.m. performance on the 8th. And that's all the time we have for right now, folks. We'll see you again at 11:10 Central.